Ho, 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 ho. Hey, hey, this is Brother Peterson here. And you've done it. You have done it. I'm here in my Santa outfit because because it's almost Christmas. Well, I mean, it's a few weeks away, but I'm here to give you a Christmas present. And my present to you is that it is the last week. And how awesome is that? All right. It's really awesome. And a couple things that I think you really need to pat yourself on the back. You know, that's right. Give yourself a hug. Pat yourself on the back. Is that you have gone through, I think, in my humble opinion, one of the hardest 100 level classes that you could take online. Simply because we make you think, and sometimes it's not easy to find some of the things you're supposed to find. And I know some of you have been frustrated finding the laws or finding this because, you know, we don't meet in a class per se, but you've done a great job. And I really think you need to be proud of your efforts this semester. Every one of you have posted some very impressive posts. Some of you maybe not so impressive, but every one of you have had at least a couple posts, if not many posts, that have been very impressive. Okay, and every one of you in this class, I think, has done an outstanding job. Okay, all right. So now, here we are, the last class. What are we going to talk about this last week? Well, we're going to bring it all together, and that's kind of exciting. The reason it's exciting at this time in this year is because we just had an election where we have a new administration. This administration is I think it's fair to say, is going to make some changes to the Affordable Care Act. So we're going to debate the Affordable Care Act. And it wasn't planned. We didn't know that the administration, that Trump would win the presidency. But he did, and with a Republican House and Senate, some changes, I think, it's fair to say, they're going to be made. So in this debate, I think I really want you to focus on that. If you're pro-Affordable Care Act, what is it about the Affordable Care Act that should be kept? What is it that's good for healthcare in America? And why is the basis of the Affordable Care Act, which basically is, number one, that everybody should have access to affordable health care. And number two, for those people who can't afford high insurance, that there should be some sort of break or ability to pay for or obtain insurance if you can't afford it. Even if you don't like the Affordable Care Act and you're pro Affordable Care Act, find something that you can argue for it. All right. Now, if you are anti-Affordable Care Act, meaning that you are arguing against it, do the same thing. And if you really like the Affordable Care Act, you think it's a good thing, do some research, find where the holes are, and find that, hey, maybe there are some things that need to be changed, and argue against the Affordable Care Act, even though you may be for it. So once again, these debates, you're just like a lawyer. You've been given a side, even though you may not agree with the side. Okay? Hopefully that was clear. If it wasn't clear, shoot me an email or get on the discussion board or on the the one board you can ask questions on, and we can discuss it. All right. But I think that this is a really good time to be talking about the Affordable Care Act. And I think it's going to be something that hopefully you're going to enjoy doing some research on, because I bet you some of you don't even know anything about the Affordable Care Act. So I think doing some research on it, and there's some point papers you can find. There's some information that's online that's really good stuff. Okay, and there's a couple of Supreme Court cases that actually, if you read those Supreme Court cases, great rundown of the Affordable Care Act. Okay, let's shift gears. You also have something that's due on Wednesday that is, you're going to do a paper on trends. This is something also that it's going to be kind of part of the Affordable Care Act debate, in the sense that it's, there are some trends that are impacting healthcare in the United States. Our system in the United States is so much different than any other healthcare system in any other country. And why is that? Well, some decisions were made early on that that our system was going to be based in insurance mostly, or out of the pocket, people paying out of pocket, and the free market was going to govern how healthcare was going to be operated in the United States. Some things came of that. One of which, and this is kind of going with the trends, one of which is the quality and the technology that is used in healthcare really is driven by the U.S. market. We're able to provide technology and improved care through technology better than any other country. But is there a cost to that? Our healthcare is more expensive than any other country. So some of these trends that you're going to talk about could involve management systems, healthcare management systems. It could be systems with regards to how costs can be cut down, access to care, all these different sort of things these trends may involve. So you're going to have to do a little bit of research into that area as well. So really, you've got your work cut out for you. From Monday to Wednesday, you got to do a lot of work. Once again, it's not an easy class, so pat yourself on the back. Just get through this one little week. All right, so two things I wanted to bring out in closing. Number one, you are awesome. Okay? You really are. And I'm very proud of you. I think you guys have done a great job this semester. Fantastic. Number two, I want to let you know that I really have a lot of passion for BYU-Idaho. All the church education system, all the schools. It doesn't matter if it's BYU-I, BYU Provo, BYU-Idaho, the Salt Lake Business College. I really think that these universities and colleges are so vitally important for you young people. And the reason is because you can learn faith-based principles and how you can apply those faith-based principles throughout your life. Not just in your spiritual life, but in your work life, your home life, all throughout your life. These faith-based principles can be used to help guide you. And let me see if I can. And the reason that it's important is because our Savior knows you, and He wants you to succeed. And so part of His church, part of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, holds education at such a level that they're going to fund these universities, and they're going to try to make these universities accessible, like online, in order to give you an opportunity to learn at an institution that is grounded in His gospel. That's how important BYU-Idaho and BYU Provo, BYU-I, all these schools are, is because they're based in the principle that education is important, and faith-based principles learned through these institutions can help guide you for the rest of your life. That's how important this is. You're awesome. Let me know what your future is. Feel free to give me an email later on. I'd love to hear from you. But I want to let you know that I love you. You are awesome. And you are going to do great things with your education. I know it. All right? Okay. Get ready for the final. You'll do fine. And I'm just honored to have the opportunity to teach you. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.